basically means right here, believers in Christ. That's like us, right? Or like Isaac, children of promise and heir, not slaves to the law, but the free of faith in Jesus, right? So that goes back to the beginning of chapter 4 is when we're talking about the sons and heirs. Like let's say like here, like verse 4 is like when the time came to the women, when the time came to completion, God had sent His Son, born of a woman, under the law, to redeem those under the law, so that we might receive adoptions as son. And then because you are sons, God sent the spirit of His Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. So you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if a son, then God has made you a heir. Right? So it connects to that. All right. And so then we go into 4. Okay. 4, we're talking about persecution, basically. Right? So when it was talking about persecution part, so it said Ishmael persecuted Isaac. Those who rely on to persecute those of the spirit, tension between these two ways of life, right? So I feel like it's like people that don't like Christ, right? They try to hate people who love Christ, right? That's why it's two different ways of life, right? And it's the only two different ways, right? So it's like they're gonna try to hate you and stuff like that. But this is where the power of the word, the living word, comes into play. Because if you read in scriptures, you're gonna know that you're gonna go through these battles. You know that people are gonna hate you for what you're doing, right? But do you see what Jesus went through and how much hate He had throughout these gospels, right? We know what we're getting into, right? We know what it takes to stay on this narrow path, right? And not take the easy way out and go on this wide path like everybody wants to do these days, right? We know it takes going this narrow path because we know what the glory He has coming for us, right? Romans 8, verse 18, right? We know the glory that comes for us, right? So we know what we're getting to. And also think this life is a blessing. This life we're living in is a blessing, right? So don't take this thing called life for granted either, okay? And especially for people that's just, that don't want to come to Christ and stuff like that. They don't know. We don't know when our final day is, right? That's why you need to thank God every single day that He woke you up, right? And He woke up another day of purpose. So if the people that you were just like on the edge of the circle right now, is like, you need to wake up. Like, we need to wake up today, right? Because you don't know when your last day is, right? So it's time to come to Christ today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not till I'm done with my college years. I'm gonna come to Christ. You don't even know if you're gonna be able to live through those college years, right? You're not